Mental Fortitude: How to Build a Resilient and Unshakable Mindset. Introduction. Every day you face challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt that could easily derail you. Some days you may feel as though the weight of the world is pressing down on you, making it almost impossible to keep going. Yet there are those who seem untouched by these pressures, individuals who continue to rise no matter how many times they are knocked down. What's their secret? The difference isn't luck, talent, or circumstance. It's mental fortitude. Mental strength isn't something you're born with, nor is it an elusive trait that only a select few possess. It's a skill, one that anyone can develop and strengthen with intention and practice. It's the ability to stand tall in the face of adversity, to maintain your focus when everything around you is falling apart, and to continue pushing forward when quitting feels like the easier option. This isn't about pretending life doesn't have its hard moments. It's about finding the resilience within to meet those moments with courage and determination. It's about transforming doubt into fuel for action and using failure as a stepping stone toward greater success. It's about learning how to thrive, not in spite of your challenges, but because of them. The path to building an unshakable mindset is not an easy one. It requires you to confront your weaknesses, embrace discomfort, and push beyond your limits. But the rewards are worth every ounce of effort. Once you begin to develop the mental strength to withstand life's storms, you will see opportunities instead of obstacles, and possibilities where others see only limitations. Now, imagine what your life could look like if you develop the mental resilience to stay grounded, no matter what chaos surrounds you. Picture a version of yourself that approaches every setback with unwavering determination and confidence. That is the power of mental fortitude. It's the ability to endure, persevere, and ultimately thrive, no matter what. Chapter 1. Understanding the power of your mind. Your mind is an untapped reservoir, a vast landscape teeming with potential waiting to be unleashed. Within the intricate folds of your brain lies the power to shape not only your reality, but your future. It's where every thought, every belief, and every decision begins, often without your conscious awareness of how much control you truly have. Most of us walk through life without fully recognizing the monumental impact that our thoughts, perceptions, and mindset have on our experiences. But what if you understood the true power of your mind and began using it to propel yourself forward, regardless of the obstacles you face? Our minds, though powerful, are often caught in loops, patterns of thought formed over years of experience, conditioning, and habit. These patterns can either propel us forward or hold us back, depending on how we harness them. It's easy to assume that our minds are simply a reflection of our circumstances, that we are at the mercy of whatever thoughts and feelings arise. However, the truth is that our mindset, how we perceive the world, ourselves, and our challenges, determines not only how we react to life's events, but how we interpret them. Imagine you're facing a difficult situation, perhaps an intimidating task at work or a personal setback. The external circumstances may be similar for everyone in the room, but your internal response can set you apart. Some people will see the challenge as a roadblock. Others will see it as an opportunity for growth. This is the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A growth mindset, fueled by the belief that you can adapt, learn, and evolve through challenges, allows you to harness your mental power to push through adversity. The mind is more than just a reactionary tool. It's a powerful ally. Think of it as a muscle, one that grows stronger the more you exercise it. It's easy to let the negativity of the world seep in and dictate your thoughts, but it takes conscious effort to actively reframe your thinking, to push back against defeatist narratives and embrace a mindset that fuels perseverance. This mental shift isn't about ignoring obstacles, but instead choosing to see them as stepping stones on your journey rather than insurmountable walls. The way you interpret and respond to the challenges you face shapes the outcome of those challenges. When faced with failure, many retreat into self-doubt, convinced that their mistakes are indicative of their capabilities. However, failure, when approached with a resilient mindset, can become one of the greatest teachers. It provides you with feedback, showing you where adjustments need to be made, helping you become more adaptable, more capable, and more focused on the goal ahead. This is where true mental fortitude begins, not in avoiding failure, but in embracing it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to continue moving forward. To unlock the potential of your mind, you must first take ownership of it. You must recognize that your thoughts are not facts, and your feelings are not the final verdict. Instead of allowing your circumstances to dictate your state of mind, begin to actively shape your mental environment. Practice shifting your perspective in moments of difficulty. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how can this make me stronger? The power of your mind lies in its ability to adapt. It's your greatest asset in shaping the life you want. But just as you wouldn't leave your physical fitness to chance, you shouldn't leave the strength of your mind to chance either. Take the time to exercise it, to challenge it, to expand it beyond the boundaries you once believed it could reach. By doing so, you unlock an unstoppable force within yourself, a force that will guide you through any storm, that will fuel your resilience and determination, and that will ultimately help you realize the potential you were always meant to achieve. Chapter 2. Embracing Challenges with Confidence. The true measure of one's strength is not found in the easy moments, but in how they navigate through hardship. Life's obstacles are not arbitrary. They are opportunities waiting to be discovered. Every challenge that presents itself is a test, not of your ability to avoid discomfort, but of your ability to face it head-on with unwavering confidence. Challenges are inevitable, and rather than seeing them as setbacks, consider them as essential components of your growth. When you approach a challenge with a mindset that welcomes the discomfort, something remarkable happens. The situation, no matter how difficult, becomes a canvas for you to showcase your resilience, adaptability, and resourcefulness. Instead of shrinking back in fear or frustration, you embrace the moment with the understanding that it has the potential to unlock something greater within you. The belief that you can emerge stronger from adversity shifts the very nature of how you experience these challenges. To face adversity with confidence requires a radical shift in how you view obstacles. Many see challenges as threats, as barriers that stand in the way of their success, happiness, or comfort. But this perspective limits your potential. Imagine instead seeing every obstacle as an invitation to discover a new strength, a new lesson, or an untapped well of courage. It's not the size of the problem that matters, but how you perceive it. When you shift your mindset, the challenge transforms into something more manageable, something that you can engage with strategically rather than retreat from. Confidence doesn't mean that you won't feel fear or doubt when faced with obstacles. It means that you act in spite of those feelings. It is the belief that no matter what comes your way, you have the tools to navigate through it, and that the discomfort you experience is temporary compared to the strength you gain in the process. Confidence in the face of adversity is built through action, not by waiting for the perfect moment, but by taking one step forward, then another. It's the understanding that resilience is cultivated by repeatedly moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Real confidence is tested when the odds seem stacked against you. It's not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how to overcome the next hurdle, but having the faith that you will find a way. It's about relying on your inner strength, the sum of all the challenges you've already conquered, and trusting that you have learned and grown enough to handle whatever comes next. Adversity is the forge in which your confidence is tempered. It's through facing challenges, pushing past the limits of your comfort zone, and growing beyond what you thought was possible that you truly learn how much you are capable of. Challenges will never stop coming, but your confidence in facing them doesn't need to diminish. With each victory, your inner strength is reinforced. You build a track record of success, proving to yourself time and again that no challenge is insurmountable. In those moments when it feels easier to give up, confidence doesn't ignore the struggle. It acknowledges the difficulty, but pushes forward with a mindset that believes success lies on the other side of persistence. It's about knowing that each step, no matter how small, is a step closer to mastering the obstacle before you. And with each challenge, you come to realize that you're not simply surviving, you're evolving, becoming more capable, more resilient, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever life may throw your way. The journey of life, with its ups and downs, is an ongoing process of transformation. Embracing challenges with confidence means that you are always in the driver's seat, steering your way through uncertainty, learning from your experiences, and gaining wisdom along the way. It's the ability to stand tall, even when the winds of adversity blow strong, knowing that you are not just enduring but thriving in the face of life's challenges. Chapter 3. Transforming Negative Thoughts into Strength. The mind is an extraordinary tool, but it's also vulnerable to the weight of negativity. Our internal dialogue can either become a wellspring of strength or a draining source of self-doubt. The thoughts we entertain shape our reality, often more powerfully than any external circumstances. The tendency to spiral into negativity is a common human experience, but it is within our power to transform these thoughts and use them to propel ourselves forward rather than hold us back. The challenge lies not in the absence of negative thoughts, but in how we choose to respond to them. Everyone, at some point, faces moments of self-doubt, fear, or defeatist thinking. It's not the thoughts themselves that define us, but the actions we take in response to them. When negative thoughts arise, they often seem louder than positive ones, filling the mind with scenarios of failure, inadequacy, or defeat. Yet beneath these thoughts, there is a deeper truth waiting to be discovered, the strength to rise above. Reframing your thoughts requires practice, patience, and an unwavering commitment to reshaping the narrative you tell yourself. It's easy to fall into patterns of thinking that reinforce a sense of powerlessness. But to move forward, we must disrupt these patterns. The first step is to observe and identify the negative thought without judgment. Acknowledging the thought is not an endorsement of it, but a recognition of its presence. From there, the power shifts back into your hands. You can challenge the thought and ask, "Is this thought helping me grow?" If the answer is no, you have the ability to reframe it. One powerful technique is to recognize the difference between a thought and a fact. Thoughts are not absolute truths, but interpretations of reality. By reminding yourself that your thoughts are not the sum total of who you are, you can begin to separate the transient from the permanent. For instance, when faced with a setback, a common thought might be, "I've failed, and I'll never succeed." This thought, while it may feel real in the moment, can be reframed as, "I've encountered a setback, but it's part of my journey. This is a learning experience that will make me stronger." Another effective strategy is to turn negative thoughts into questions. Rather than accepting a thought as fact, ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this situation to improve? What strengths do I have that will help me overcome this?" This shift from a passive thought to an active question encourages a mindset of growth and possibility. It opens the door to discovering solutions rather than dwelling on the problem. Furthermore, negative thoughts often arise from fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. These fears are natural, but they should not dictate your actions. Instead of resisting fear or trying to silence it, allow it to exist and ask, "What would I do if I were not afraid?" In this way, fear becomes an ally, offering insight into what truly matters to you. Once you recognize the underlying desire behind the fear, you can approach it with confidence and courage, transforming it from an obstacle into a stepping stone. Sometimes, negative thoughts are rooted in the past, shaped by experiences of disappointment or criticism. It's crucial to understand that the past does not define you, nor does it dictate your future. Each moment is an opportunity to start anew. The past may inform who you are, but it doesn't have the power to limit who you can become. By focusing on the present and what you can control now, you break free from the constraints of previous failures or mistakes. The key to transforming negative thoughts lies in consistency. It's not about a one-time shift in perspective, but a daily practice of observing, challenging, and reframing the thoughts that arise. The more consistently you practice this, the more natural it becomes to replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. Over time, this shift in mindset creates a resilient mental framework, one that can face adversity with optimism and rise above challenges with strength. When you begin to transform negative thoughts, you tap into a powerful source of inner strength. The same thoughts that once held you back can now propel you forward. Each time you reframe a negative thought, you reinforce your belief in your ability to grow, learn, and overcome. This process gradually strengthens your mental fortitude, helping you to see challenges as opportunities for growth and failures as lessons that will lead you to success. Chapter 4. Building Emotional Balance. Emotions are a natural part of the human experience, yet they can easily become overwhelming if not understood and managed. Life is a series of ebbs and flows, moments of joy and sorrow, success and failure. How we navigate these emotional swings determines our capacity for resilience and growth. Building emotional balance isn't about suppressing feelings or avoiding emotional experiences. It's about cultivating the ability to respond to them with clarity, awareness, and control. One of the most crucial aspects of emotional balance is the awareness of the emotions you're experiencing in any given moment. Too often, people allow emotions to control them without fully understanding their roots. Anger, frustration, sadness, and anxiety can arise quickly, and without the right approach, these feelings can lead to impulsive decisions or destructive patterns. Developing emotional balance begins with the practice of mindfulness, an ability to observe your emotions as they arise without judgment. This awareness allows you to step back and create space between the feeling and your reaction. Recognizing that emotions, while powerful, are temporary is a foundational aspect of emotional mastery. Feelings such as anger, sorrow, or fear are like waves. They come, they crash, and eventually they recede. Understanding this truth shifts your perspective. Instead of being consumed by the storm of your emotions, you learn to ride the waves, trusting that, like all storms, they will eventually pass. When faced with strong emotions, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this feeling a reflection of the present moment or an echo of past experiences? One way to achieve emotional balance is by reframing how we view difficult emotions. Instead of viewing sadness or frustration as signs of weakness or failure, consider them as signals that something needs your attention. Each emotion carries a message, and learning to decipher that message can help you grow stronger. For example, feelings of frustration may arise when a goal is not being met. Instead of sinking into despair or impatience, you can ask yourself what adjustments can be made or what lesson is being presented. In this way, your emotions serve as valuable information, guiding your decisions and actions toward greater self-awareness and progress. Cultivating emotional balance also involves learning to regulate your responses. Reacting impulsively to emotions can lead to regret, misunderstanding, and missed opportunities for growth. Developing emotional intelligence allows you to choose your responses consciously. When faced with intense emotions, instead of reacting in anger or defensiveness, pause to reflect. Ask yourself, what would be a more constructive response? What is the deeper issue at hand? This ability to pause and reflect before reacting is a practice that builds over time and strengthens emotional control. It's also important to recognize the role of physical self-care in emotional well-being. Our emotions and physical bodies are intricately connected. Poor sleep, lack of exercise, and poor nutrition can exacerbate emotional instability, while taking care of your body through healthy habits can help stabilize and ground your emotions. Engaging in regular physical activity, prioritizing rest, and maintaining a balanced diet aren't just good for the body. They directly impact your emotional resilience. A well-rested and nourished body has a far greater capacity to face life's emotional ups and downs with strength and clarity. Emotional balance also requires the courage to face uncomfortable emotions rather than avoid them. In a world where distractions are plentiful, whether through work, social media, or entertainment, it's easy to bury difficult emotions and keep moving forward without addressing them. However, true emotional strength lies in the ability to confront discomfort head-on. Instead of running from sadness, fear, or anger, allow yourself to feel it fully, understanding that your feelings are valid and part of the human experience. Once you have fully acknowledged and processed an emotion, it loses its power to control you. Another key component of emotional balance is developing a support system of people who encourage emotional health. Surrounding yourself with individuals who offer understanding, empathy, and perspective can help you maintain clarity and resilience. Relationships built on mutual trust and support allow you to express your emotions without fear of judgment, helping you process them in a healthy way. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that uplift you and provide a sense of grounding. In challenging times, their perspectives can offer valuable insight, helping you stay balanced when emotions threaten to pull you off course. As you begin to build emotional balance, remember that it is a journey, not a destination. Emotional mastery is not about achieving perfection, but about developing the tools and mindset to respond to life's challenges with equanimity. Each time you successfully navigate an emotional challenge, you build strength for the next one. Life will continue to present emotional highs and lows, but with emotional balance, you will have the inner steadiness to move through them with clarity, grace, and a deep sense of control over your own emotional state. Chapter 5. Developing Unwavering Focus. In a world full of distractions, cultivating unwavering focus has become one of the most essential skills for anyone seeking personal growth, achievement, and success. The ability to harness your attention and channel it toward your goals without being sidetracked by external noise or internal distractions is a practice that can transform the way you live and work. Focus is not just about maintaining attention on a task. It is about aligning your mental and emotional energy to the pursuit of a singular objective. To truly focus is to disregard everything that doesn't serve your mission in the moment, and to direct all of your resources toward that one thing. Yet, in a society where information is constantly being bombarded into our minds, focus has become increasingly elusive. Social media, notifications, multitasking, and even internal thought patterns that drift away from the present moment, all these create an environment where focus struggles to survive. The first step in developing unwavering focus is learning to recognize the true cost of distraction. Every time your attention wanders, you are not simply losing a few moments. You're losing valuable energy, momentum, and clarity. Each distraction breaks the thread of your thought process and requires additional energy to get back on track. Recognizing how costly distractions are can inspire you to take your focus more seriously and guard it more fiercely. Another foundational practice in strengthening focus is eliminating the external sources of distraction. While it may seem like a given, the power of a controlled environment cannot be underestimated. Setting yourself up for success begins by creating a physical space conducive to concentration. Whether it's clearing clutter from your desk or selecting a quiet spot, the space you choose to work in should reflect the mindset you wish to cultivate. It is not enough to simply sit down with a task. Ensure that your environment is optimized for undisturbed focus. Silence notifications, put your phone out of sight, and create an atmosphere where distractions are minimized. However, eliminating external distractions is only part of the equation. True mastery of focus comes when you learn to manage the internal distractions that arise within your mind. Thoughts that wander, doubts that creep in, worries about the future, or reflections on the past. These internal disturbances can pull you away from your work just as quickly as an unexpected notification. The key to managing these distractions lies in developing self-awareness and cultivating a strong sense of presence. Each time a thought arises that threatens to divert your attention, gently bring your focus back to the task at hand without judgment. The goal is not to eradicate every stray thought, but to train yourself to return to the present moment each time your mind drifts. Mindfulness techniques can be an invaluable tool for sharpening focus. By engaging in regular mindfulness practices such as meditation or mindful breathing, you strengthen your ability to stay present in the here and now. These practices teach you how to observe your thoughts without getting entangled in them. The more you practice mindfulness, the more easily you will be able to apply that same presence of mind to any task, making it easier to focus without the constant tug of distractions. Another powerful tool for cultivating unwavering focus is setting clear, purposeful intentions before you begin any task. When you set your intention, you are essentially preparing your mind to work with purpose and direction. It is easy to become scattered when you don't have a clear understanding of why you are doing something or what you hope to achieve. Before you begin any project, take a moment to visualize the desired outcome, clarify the steps needed to get there, and establish a commitment to maintaining focus until the task is complete. By setting your intention in this way, you are priming your mind to stay on course. It is also important to recognize the role of rest in maintaining focus. Many people mistakenly believe that they can push through hours of work without taking breaks. However, without rest, focus begins to deteriorate rapidly. Our brains, much like any other muscle, need time to recharge. Taking regular breaks throughout the day is essential for sustaining high levels of concentration. The Pomodoro technique, for example, advocates working in short bursts of focused activity, followed by brief periods of rest. This method helps maintain energy levels and ensures that focus remains sharp. Developing unwavering focus also requires a mindset shift around the idea of persistence. True focus is not simply about working harder, but about working smarter. It's about knowing when to push through and when to pause, reflect, and adjust. Every challenge, every task, every goal requires a different approach, and the ability to focus requires an understanding of when to adapt your strategy while maintaining the course. One of the most powerful habits you can cultivate to strengthen focus is the practice of single tasking. In an era where multitasking has become the norm, the idea of focusing on one thing at a time may seem counterintuitive. However, the truth is that multitasking often leads to scattered energy and diminished quality of work. By training yourself to focus on a single task until completion, you not only improve the quality of your output, but also increase your overall efficiency. Single tasking encourages deeper engagement with the task at hand, allowing you to reach new levels of mastery in your work. The final aspect of developing unwavering focus lies in the ability to practice patience. True focus is built over time. It requires repetition, dedication, and a willingness to persist even when distractions seem overwhelming. Every time you bring your attention back to the task at hand, you are strengthening your ability to focus. Focus is a skill that improves with consistent practice. It's a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it, and the rewards of cultivating it are far-reaching. Greater productivity, deeper satisfaction, and ultimately, the ability to achieve your most ambitious goals. By mastering these strategies, focus transforms from a fleeting state of mind into a consistent and reliable tool that you can call upon at will. With a clear mind, a purposeful environment, and the unwavering intention to stay on task, distractions become insignificant and your goals move closer within reach. Chapter 6. The Importance of Persistence. The path to success is rarely smooth or straightforward. There are moments when everything seems aligned, and then there are times when even the smallest progress feels out of reach. It is during these latter moments that persistence becomes not just a choice, but a necessity. The truth is, everyone who has ever achieved something of significance has, at one point, faced the temptation to give up. But it is through the power of persistence that those who succeed rise above the challenges, surpassing obstacles and moving closer to their goals. Persistence is not simply about stubbornly sticking to a plan despite all odds. It is about continuing to move forward, even when the finish line seems impossible to see. It's about understanding that setbacks, failures, and difficulties are not permanent, but rather temporary roadblocks in the journey. What differentiates those who succeed from those who give up is the ability to embrace adversity with a mindset of resilience. The very nature of persistence means recognizing that obstacles do not define you. They are simply part of the process, and each challenge holds the opportunity to refine your abilities, develop new strengths, and build deeper determination. The power of persistence lies in its quiet force. Unlike the initial bursts of enthusiasm that accompany a new goal or project, persistence is sustained over time, often in the face of discouragement. It thrives in the moments when the initial excitement has faded and the allure of easier paths calls. But true persistence is not driven by motivation alone. It is rooted in a deep internal understanding of why you are doing what you're doing. When the external world falls away and the distractions of daily life press in, that inner commitment to a purpose keeps you moving forward. One of the key elements that make persistence effective is the willingness to take action despite the uncertainty. The desire for certainty can be paralyzing, making it tempting to wait for the perfect moment or the clearest direction before acting. However, waiting for perfection often leads to missed opportunities and stagnation. Persistence, on the other hand, allows you to take imperfect actions, learn from them, and adjust course as needed. It's about taking the next step, even if you don't have the whole path mapped out. In fact, persistence often involves navigating through uncertainty, and the more willing you are to take those steps, the more clarity you will gain with each action. There are times when the obstacles that seem insurmountable cause doubts to surface. These doubts often disguise themselves as logical reasoning. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe you're not prepared enough. Maybe you'll never get it right. But these doubts are just a natural part of the human experience. They come not to stop you, but to challenge your resolve. This is when persistence plays its most pivotal role. It's about recognizing that doubt is not a signal to retreat, but an invitation to press on. When you persist in the face of doubt, you discover new layers of your strength and capacity. With every doubt that you dismiss, you strengthen your resolve and reinforce your belief in the power of continuing despite challenges. Another powerful component of persistence is learning how to view failure not as an end, but as an essential part of the process. It's easy to become discouraged when you don't see the immediate results of your efforts. The desire to achieve quickly or to be successful right away often clouds the bigger picture. Yet every failure contains within it invaluable lessons about what works, what doesn't, and what needs to be adjusted. The most successful people have failed countless times, but each failure strengthened their ability to persist. They learned not to take failures personally, but as stepping stones to greater accomplishments. Persistence is also about self-discipline. It's not enough to simply want something deeply. You must develop the discipline to act consistently toward it, even when the excitement fades. It's in the daily commitment to showing up, doing the work, and resisting the urge to quit when progress seems slow that you build the muscle of persistence. This discipline is built through routines, habits, and small acts of determination. By making a commitment each day, you reinforce the belief that the goal is worth pursuing, no matter how long it takes. The road to success is often lonely and isolating, especially when it feels like the world around you isn't moving at the same pace. At these times, the ability to persist becomes even more critical. When others stop, when friends and colleagues take their foot off the gas, it is persistence that sets you apart. It's easy to get distracted by the achievements of others, or to compare your progress to theirs. But the beauty of persistence lies in its individuality. It is a personal commitment to one's own journey, unaffected by the pace of anyone else. Yet persistence also involves a certain level of adaptability. It's about knowing when to keep pushing forward and when to reassess your approach. If your methods are not yielding results, persistence doesn't mean continuing on a path that isn't working. Instead, it means having the clarity to pivot and change direction while still holding on to the vision of your end goal. In this sense, persistence requires both the resilience to keep going and the wisdom to know when to adjust your strategy. Finally, persistence is about the long-term vision. It's easy to get caught up in the immediate hurdles or feel defeated by short-term setbacks, but true persistence keeps the bigger picture in mind. Every small step, every challenge faced, and every moment of doubt overcome contributes to the larger journey. While the road may be difficult, the rewards of perseverance, personal growth, achievement, and fulfillment are immeasurable. The power of persistence is not about sheer willpower alone, but about the belief that you are capable of overcoming the challenges you encounter. It's about continuously choosing to move forward one step at a time, even when the way is not clear and when quitting seems the easier choice. In doing so, you not only achieve your goals, but you transform into the person you were meant to become. Chapter 7. The Role of Patience in Personal Growth. Growth is often an elusive concept in the fast-paced world we live in. We are taught to expect quick results and instant gratification, especially in an age where everything seems to be available at the touch of a button. Yet, true personal growth, particularly the kind that leads to lasting change and profound transformation, requires a different approach. It requires patience. The kind of patience that allows time to be a tool, not an enemy, in our journey toward becoming better versions of ourselves. The role of patience in personal growth is one of the most critical yet misunderstood aspects of self-development. We are often told that success comes to those who work hard and relentlessly chase their dreams. And while hard work is undeniably important, it is through patience that we can allow that work to take root, mature, and blossom. Much like planting a seed in the ground, personal development does not yield immediate results. It requires a nurturing environment, steady attention, and time to cultivate the changes that will eventually bear fruit. It's easy to become frustrated when progress feels slow or when the results of your hard work don't immediately match your efforts. It's at these moments that impatience creeps in, tempting you to rush the process or abandon your pursuit altogether. However, real growth happens in the quiet, often unseen moments where patience takes hold. The time between planting and harvesting is where much of the magic occurs. It is in this space that you develop resilience, refine your habits, and create the mental strength necessary to sustain long-term success. Patience is not about waiting idly for something to happen. It's about engaging with the process, fully accepting that growth is a journey with inevitable ups and downs. When we practice patience, we make room for introspection. We start to see how our setbacks are not failures, but simply steps in the learning process. Every mistake is an opportunity for improvement, and every moment of struggle is an invitation to strengthen our resolve. The act of patiently moving through these challenges teaches us more about ourselves than any quick win ever could. One of the challenges of embracing patience is learning to trust the process. In a world that often promotes shortcuts and immediate results, trusting that the slow and steady path will lead to meaningful growth is not always easy. It requires a level of faith in oneself and in the journey itself. The most successful individuals understand that the road to true personal development is never linear. There are periods of growth, stagnation, and even regression, but with patience, you begin to see how each phase contributes to your overall evolution. Patience also helps us build the kind of discipline that is needed to sustain change over the long haul. It teaches us to embrace discomfort, knowing that it is a temporary state that will eventually lead to a more robust and capable version of ourselves. Patience gives us the space to refine our skills, sharpen our minds, and enhance our emotional resilience. Each day that we continue our practice, even in the absence of immediate rewards, brings us closer to the person we aspire to be. Another key element of patience in personal growth is the ability to remain focused on long-term goals while staying present in the moment. It's easy to become discouraged when the end result seems far off or unattainable. But the essence of patience is understanding that the journey itself is the reward. Progress is cumulative, and each small action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, adds up over time. It is through this steady accumulation of effort that we build the strength, skills, and character necessary to reach our goals. In the face of adversity, patience allows us to remain calm and collected. It helps us navigate through storms without losing our center, without becoming overwhelmed by the challenges we face. With patience, we can pause, reflect, and make more thoughtful decisions, rather than rushing into actions driven by frustration or impulsivity. This measured approach is what sustains us through tough times and ultimately leads to breakthroughs that would not have been possible without the patience to endure. While patience is often seen as a passive quality, it is, in fact, a deeply active force. It involves a willingness to engage fully with the process, to continue showing up day after day, even when the path seems unclear. Patience is not about waiting for the perfect moment to act. It's about recognizing that every moment holds the potential for growth, if only we are willing to engage with it fully. It is a recognition that the most profound changes often happen when we are least expecting them, during the periods of quiet and stillness that come with patience. It is also crucial to remember that patience does not mean inaction. Far from it. Patience is about acting with purpose, understanding that the results will take time to unfold. Each action, each choice you make, is a building block in the structure of your future self. It's about remaining steady and committed, even when the pace feels slow. The magic of patience is that it fosters a sense of deeper connection with ourselves and with the process, creating a sense of peace amidst the inevitable challenges we will face. Ultimately, patience is a reflection of trust. Trust in the process, in time, and in our own ability to grow. By embracing patience, we can free ourselves from the pressure to see immediate results and instead focus on the long-term vision of who we are becoming. It allows us to stay grounded, to remain present, and to move forward with a sense of calm purpose, knowing that the fruits of our labor will come when the time is right. And when they do, they will be far more meaningful and fulfilling than any rushed achievement could ever be. Chapter 8. Cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset doesn't just change how we view the world around us, it changes how we approach ourselves and the challenges we face. It alters the very foundation of our thinking, transforming obstacles from signs of failure to markers of opportunity. It's an outlook that constantly seeks to learn and improve, even when confronted with adversity. The key to this mindset is a deep belief that our abilities are not fixed, but can be developed through hard work, dedication, and persistence. The first step in cultivating a growth mindset is to actively choose to embrace challenges. When faced with a setback, the natural impulse might be to withdraw, to protect oneself from further harm. But within every challenge lies the potential for growth. The trick is learning to reframe the situation, to look at failure not as something to fear, but as a valuable teacher. Every time you encounter something difficult, you have an opportunity to stretch your abilities, to become better. It is through these very moments of discomfort that you sharpen your skills and build resilience. Additionally, understanding that progress doesn't happen overnight can help ease the frustration that comes with slow or uneven improvement. Those who cultivate a growth mindset understand that mastery requires time and effort. They see the long path ahead not as a burden but as part of the journey. They focus on the process, not just the outcome. The joy isn't just in the final destination, but in the growth that occurs along the way. This shift in focus transforms every setback into a building block, and every small victory into a reason for continued persistence. Another core element of a growth mindset is the ability to learn from criticism. Feedback is not always easy to hear, especially when it challenges our sense of self or our beliefs about our abilities. However, those who embrace a growth mindset view criticism as a gift. They see it as an opportunity to identify areas for improvement rather than as a personal attack. Constructive feedback provides a mirror, showing us where we can evolve and how we can refine our approach. Instead of taking it personally, they use it as fuel to improve. Ultimately, a growth mindset is about the constant pursuit of learning. It is about being curious, asking questions, and being willing to fail, knowing that every failure is an opportunity to grow. Those who embody this mindset find satisfaction not just in success, but in the effort and the lessons learned through each experience. Chapter 9. Strengthening your willpower. Willpower is often regarded as the silent force that propels us forward, especially when faced with tasks we'd rather avoid. It's that internal resolve that keeps us pushing even when distractions tempt us, when fatigue sets in, and when the reward feels too far away to reach. Strengthening willpower is not a matter of sheer determination or luck. It is the result of deliberate, consistent practice. One of the most powerful ways to build willpower is by creating small, achievable goals that require effort and persistence. These goals provide us with the training ground where our willpower is tested and developed. By setting tasks that push us beyond our comfort zone, yet are still within our reach, we can begin to see our capabilities expand. With every completed task, no matter how small, we reinforce our ability to stay committed and focused. Part of strengthening willpower is learning how to manage temptation. The more we give in to instant gratification, the weaker our willpower becomes. However, when we practice restraint and focus on the long-term benefits of our efforts, we begin to rewire our habits and our thinking. One effective strategy is to make decisions in advance about how you will handle temptation, whether it's deciding not to check social media while working or committing to a daily workout routine. This foresight reduces the mental energy required to make choices in the moment, allowing willpower to be used for bigger tasks. Another critical aspect of building willpower is learning to tolerate discomfort. We often shy away from difficult tasks because they provoke negative feelings such as frustration, boredom, or self-doubt. But these emotions are part of the process of growth. When we face them head-on, we strengthen our mental fortitude. The key is to understand that discomfort is temporary and does not define our abilities. Every time we push through a challenging task, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of handling adversity. Over time, the discomfort becomes less intimidating, and our willpower becomes more resilient. Lastly, it's important to practice self-compassion. Willpower is not about being perfect. It's about continuing the journey, even when we falter. When we make mistakes, rather than beating ourselves up, we should see it as an opportunity to reset and try again. Willpower grows not only through success, but also through the gentle persistence to keep moving forward after setbacks. Chapter 10. Learning from adversity. Adversity is an unavoidable part of life. It is the difficult, sometimes painful circumstances that challenge our patience, resilience, and strength. However, it is also these very challenges that shape and refine our inner strength. Without adversity, growth would be stagnant. Every obstacle faced is a lesson learned, a muscle strengthened. In fact, it is through adversity that we learn who we truly are and what we are capable of. The key to learning from adversity lies in shifting how we view hardship. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, we can learn to see it as a catalyst for personal transformation. Challenges force us to adapt, to find new solutions, and to tap into resources we might not have realized we possessed. When life tests us, it invites us to dig deeper and discover our true resilience. Without adversity, we might never find the depth of our strength or the breadth of our potential. A powerful practice when facing adversity is to approach it with curiosity rather than fear. When you encounter a difficult situation, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? This shift in perspective can transform a seemingly negative experience into an opportunity for growth. For example, a failure at work can teach you the importance of preparation or communication. A personal setback may help you learn the value of patience and self-compassion. The lessons may not always be obvious at first, but with a mindset attuned to learning, adversity can become a powerful tool for self-discovery. Adversity also fosters resilience, the ability to bounce back from difficulties stronger than before. Resilience is not about avoiding hardships, but about facing them head-on, learning from them, and continuing to move forward. Each experience of hardship is like an opportunity to strengthen your mental and emotional muscles, making you better prepared for future challenges. Over time, as you accumulate these experiences, you develop an inner strength that cannot easily be shaken. Another important lesson adversity offers is the ability to embrace uncertainty. Life rarely unfolds according to plan, and the more we learn to navigate the unknown, the more adaptable and resourceful we become. The uncertainty brought on by difficult situations often forces us to think creatively and find new ways to solve problems, thus expanding our mental toolbox. By embracing adversity as a teacher, we begin to see life's challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to learn and grow into our full potential. Chapter 11. Creating a support system for mental toughness. The strength of an individual is often shaped not just by their internal resolve, but by the environment in which they choose to surround themselves. Mental toughness is not only the product of personal discipline and resilience, but is also nurtured and reinforced by the influences and relationships we cultivate in our lives, the people we spend time with, the attitudes we allow ourselves to absorb, and the networks we lean on can either fortify our resolve or undermine it. To build and maintain mental toughness, it is essential to create a support system that aligns with your goals, values, and aspirations. First and foremost, the people you choose to be around play a significant role in shaping your mindset. It's easy to underestimate the power of a supportive community, but the right group of people can push you forward in ways that would be impossible alone. A support system doesn't merely consist of people who tell you what you want to hear. True support comes from individuals who challenge you to rise above your comfort zones, who offer constructive criticism when necessary, and who hold you accountable to your highest standards. A crucial aspect of this system is the ability to surround yourself with those who have a growth-oriented mindset. Being around individuals who are dedicated to growth, learning, and progress encourages you to adopt similar values. They help you maintain perspective when times get tough and remind you that setbacks are temporary. The energy of those who are relentlessly pursuing their own goals has a contagious effect. When you see others breaking through their own barriers, it inspires you to push past your limits as well. The right support system also provides a safety net when you stumble. Mental toughness does not mean never falling, but rather having the resilience to rise after each fall. Your support network acts as a pillar during moments of doubt or failure, reminding you of your worth and your potential. They provide not just encouragement, but practical advice, helping you analyze what went wrong and how to course correct. In these moments, it's the collective strength of those around you that reinforces your personal resolve. Furthermore, a strong support system extends beyond those physically close to you. It includes the people you engage with through mentorship, professional networks, and even virtual communities. The modern world allows for a variety of avenues to connect with like-minded individuals who share your aspirations. These connections can offer diverse perspectives and resources that you might not have access to within your immediate circle. In this way, a broader network can expand your opportunities for growth and help you approach challenges from multiple angles. While creating a support system is vital for developing mental toughness, it's equally important to ensure that the influence you allow into your life is positive and motivating. Negative influences, those who foster doubt, discouragement, or complacency, can drain your mental energy and undermine your confidence. Surrounding yourself with those who believe in the power of perseverance and are willing to lift others up creates a foundation for sustained mental strength. In addition to the external network, cultivating an inner support system through daily practices such as journaling, meditation, or self-reflection can bolster your resilience. These practices create an inner sanctuary that helps you maintain mental clarity, stay grounded in your values, and build the emotional strength necessary to face life's challenges. While external support is essential, it is the internal cultivation of self-awareness and self-compassion that fortifies the foundation upon which your mental toughness is built. Ultimately, the right support system accelerates personal growth, reinforces your determination, and enables you to build a resilience that withstands even the toughest tests. Surround yourself with people and influences that uplift, challenge, and inspire you to be your best self. In doing so, you create not just a support system, but a community of strength that nurtures and empowers your journey toward mental toughness. Chapter 12. Maintaining mental resilience over time. Mental resilience, like any other form of strength, doesn't simply emerge overnight. It's built over time, shaped by experiences, decisions, and the way we choose to respond to the ever-changing landscape of life. Just as physical strength requires regular maintenance, so too does the mind. The inevitable shifts in life, whether they come in the form of personal setbacks, global events, or changes in circumstance, are constants that test the limits of our mental fortitude. Yet resilience is not something that can be stored away for a rainy day. It needs consistent nurturing and intentional strategies to endure. The first key to maintaining mental resilience is to adopt a mindset of continuous growth. Life is dynamic, and so are the challenges that we face. Approaching each experience as an opportunity for growth, rather than a threat, turns even the most difficult situations into stepping stones. Resilience isn't the absence of adversity, but the ability to adapt and grow from it. People who remain mentally strong over time view change not as a destabilizing force, but as a natural evolution of their journey. By focusing on progress instead of perfection, they can stay grounded, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Another critical element in sustaining resilience is developing emotional agility. Emotions, whether positive or negative, are a natural part of being human. They are signals that provide us with vital information about our environment, but they can also cloud our judgment and hinder our decision-making when left unchecked. Developing emotional agility means being able to experience the full spectrum of emotions without letting them dictate your actions. It's about understanding and respecting your feelings while maintaining the ability to choose your response in any given moment. Over time, this balanced approach prevents emotional burnout and ensures that you don't react impulsively or allow negative emotions to derail your long-term resilience. While emotional agility helps you process and manage feelings, physical health is just as critical in sustaining mental resilience. Regular physical activity, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest create a foundation that supports both mental and emotional well-being. Physical health and mental clarity are intimately connected. Neglecting one often undermines the other. A healthy body provides the energy and stamina needed to face challenges head-on, while a strong mind enables you to push through discomfort and persevere. Maintaining both creates a robust system that can weather any storm. To build mental resilience over time, it's important to create habits that reinforce positive mental and emotional states. Establishing daily rituals, whether it's a morning routine that focuses on mindfulness, a habit of setting clear intentions for the day, or a practice of reflection in the evening, helps you stay centered and focused on your long-term goals. The consistency of these habits creates a stable foundation that allows you to remain steady in the face of uncertainty. Over time, they become automatic, forming an unshakable mental routine that sustains you through the inevitable shifts and changes that life presents. Another long-term strategy to maintain resilience is to practice a mindset of gratitude. In times of hardship, It's easy to focus solely on what's going wrong, yet resilience is born from the ability to recognize what is still good. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. It reminds you of the resources, relationships, and strengths that are already within you. The act of consciously acknowledging and appreciating what you have creates a deep sense of inner peace and security that can fortify your mental resilience, especially in difficult times. As you cultivate resilience, it's also essential to seek out sources of inspiration and meaning that align with your values. The pursuit of a life that is meaningful, whether it's through personal passions, relationships, or a higher cause, gives you a strong sense of purpose that acts as an anchor when external circumstances change. Those who are connected to a deeper sense of meaning are far less likely to be swayed by fleeting setbacks because they understand that their journey is part of a larger picture. One of the most profound aspects of maintaining resilience over time is understanding that setbacks are inevitable. Life will challenge you in ways you never anticipated, and not all battles will be won. Yet those who maintain resilience over the long haul do so not by avoiding setbacks, but by embracing them. They view setbacks as the natural fluctuations of any journey, necessary parts of the process. Every setback is an opportunity to reassess, adjust, and refine. Building the resilience to keep moving forward, even after a fall, is what makes all the difference in the long term. Ultimately, maintaining mental resilience over time is not about being invulnerable. It's about embracing life's unpredictability with a steadfast commitment to growth. It's about nurturing a mindset that views change as part of the process and knowing that your strength lies in your ability to adapt, learn, and persevere. Resilience is an ongoing journey, and with the right strategies in place, it will remain an unwavering force in your life. Chapter 13. The Path to Unshakable Confidence. Confidence is not a trait reserved for a select few. It is a skill, an internal muscle that can be built and strengthened over time. It is not the absence of doubt, but the understanding that despite uncertainty, you possess the inner resources to navigate any challenge that comes your way. Unshakable confidence is the result of countless small choices, actions, and mindsets that reinforce the belief in your own abilities, even in the face of adversity. It is a quiet certainty that allows you to walk through life with assurance, knowing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. At the heart of unshakable confidence is self-trust. The ability to trust yourself starts with acknowledging your past successes, however small they may seem. When you reflect on times you have faced difficulties and come out the other side stronger, you begin to build a mental record of your own resilience. This internal archive of victories, whether they were big or small, becomes the foundation of confidence. Every time you've stood up for yourself, faced a fear, or overcome a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, you've proven that you have the strength to rise again. As this history of personal triumphs grows, so does your belief in your own capacity to overcome whatever comes next. The practice of self-compassion is also integral to confidence. Life's challenges often come with a backdrop of self-doubt and harsh self-criticism, particularly when things don't go as planned. However, real confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being kind to yourself when you're not. When you fail or make a mistake, being compassionate with yourself allows you to bounce back faster and with greater clarity. It removes the paralysis that comes from fear of judgment and opens the door to growth. By treating yourself with understanding, you reinforce the message that you are worthy of success, regardless of the bumps along the way. Confidence thrives when paired with preparation. It's easy to feel uncertain when you're stepping into uncharted territory, but the more you prepare, whether through acquiring knowledge, refining skills, or mentally rehearsing a situation, the more assured you become in your ability to perform. Confidence is not simply about feeling good about yourself. It's about knowing that you have done the work required to succeed. Preparation equips you with the tools to handle unexpected situations with grace, even when things don't go according to plan. Another key aspect of unshakable confidence is perspective. When you look at challenges or setbacks as opportunities for learning, rather than threats to your self-worth, it shifts the entire landscape of your confidence. Viewing failures as part of the process, rather than as reflections of your abilities, allows you to remain composed and focused on growth. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to refine your skills, expand your knowledge, and come back stronger. It's not the absence of failure that builds confidence. It's the ability to rise after each fall with an even deeper understanding of yourself and your potential. The people you surround yourself with also have a profound impact on your confidence. Positive, encouraging relationships reinforce your sense of self-worth and help you maintain the belief that you can achieve great things. When you are in an environment that supports growth and celebrates resilience, your confidence is naturally bolstered. On the other hand, toxic or unsupportive relationships can erode your self-esteem and make it harder to trust in your own abilities. The more you consciously choose to spend time with people who believe in you, the stronger your belief in yourself becomes. Confidence also comes from understanding that your value is not tied to external outcomes or the opinions of others. It is easy to tie your worth to success, achievements, or validation from those around you. But true confidence comes from an internal source. When you realize that your intrinsic value is not contingent on outside approval, you free yourself from the need for constant reassurance. Your worth is inherent, and when you live with this understanding, confidence flows naturally, regardless of circumstances. One of the most powerful ways to build confidence is through action. Often, the fear that holds us back from taking action is based on imagined scenarios and what-ifs. The antidote to fear is movement. Every action, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you are capable and that you have the ability to shape your own path. Waiting for the perfect moment or the right conditions to act will only prolong the uncertainty. By taking steps forward, you dispel doubt and create momentum. Each decision you make, each small victory, adds fuel to your confidence. Finally, the key to unshakable confidence lies in embracing uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and the future is always shrouded in mystery. Rather than fearing the unknown, confident individuals understand that uncertainty is part of the adventure. They trust that even when they don't know the outcome, they will be able to navigate through the unknown with resilience and adaptability. The confidence to face life's unpredictability doesn't come from having all the answers, but from trusting that you can figure things out as you go. It is this willingness to step into the unknown with courage that forms the core of true confidence. Unshakable confidence is not about arrogance or pretending to be invincible. It's about knowing that you have the ability to handle whatever life brings your way. It is built on a foundation of self-trust, preparation, self-compassion, and action. The more you cultivate these qualities, the more confident you become. Confidence is a state of mind, a skill, and a practice. It is the belief that no matter the challenge, you have what it takes to navigate it and come out stronger on the other side. Chapter 14. Taking action to strengthen your mental fortitude. Building mental fortitude doesn't come from passive reflection alone. It requires active steps, conscious, deliberate choices that engage your mind and strengthen its resilience. Your mental strength is forged in the decisions you make every day, in the moments when you push past discomfort and doubt. In the same way that a muscle grows stronger through consistent use, your mental fortitude increases with every action that challenges your limits, builds your confidence, and sharpens your focus. These actions are not only about enduring life's hardships, but about actively seeking ways to test and improve your mindset. One of the most powerful actions you can take to build mental fortitude is stepping outside of your comfort zone. It is easy to stay within familiar boundaries where things feel safe, but growth never happens in a space of comfort. To strengthen your mind, you must intentionally engage in experiences that push you to expand your limits. Whether it's taking on a new project at work, starting a difficult conversation, or pushing yourself physically through an intense workout, these challenges provide opportunities to practice courage, discipline, and resilience. The commitment to consistent practice plays a key role in mental strength. This isn't about achieving perfection in a single moment, but about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Mental toughness grows from consistent effort, and it's through routine practice that you begin to develop the ability to keep going, even when motivation wanes. Whether it's dedicating time each day to a specific goal or making small, incremental improvements in a skill, the act of showing up and working diligently allows you to build resilience. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes manageable, and each step forward builds your confidence and determination. One of the most transformative practices for mental strength is learning to manage your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself can either empower or weaken you. The ability to recognize negative self-talk and consciously replace it with constructive, supportive thoughts is a crucial part of strengthening your mindset. When you find yourself doubting your abilities, replace those thoughts with affirmations of capability, resilience, and growth. The act of reframing your inner conversation is not only an important practice, but an ongoing process that shifts your perception and reinforces your mental fortitude. Equally important is the practice of embracing failure. So often, failure is viewed as a setback, a defeat, something to be avoided at all costs. But failure, when viewed through the lens of growth, becomes an essential ingredient for building mental strength. Each failure presents a lesson, a chance to learn and adapt. When you approach setbacks not with shame or fear, but with curiosity and the desire to improve, you transform failure into a stepping stone on the path to success. By actively seeking out lessons from failure and viewing each misstep as an opportunity for growth, you reinforce your mental resilience and your capacity to thrive under pressure. Finally, taking intentional breaks to reflect and recharge is vital to maintaining mental fortitude. Mental strength doesn't come from relentless pushing. It comes from knowing when to pause, take stock, and refuel. Regular reflection allows you to evaluate your progress, identify areas where you can improve, and celebrate your achievements. Taking time to rest and rejuvenate prevents burnout and ensures that you maintain the energy and clarity needed to stay strong in the face of challenges. Chapter 15. Living a life of mental strength. True mental strength is not a temporary state. It is a way of living, a mindset that permeates every area of your life. When mental fortitude becomes a natural part of who you are, it shapes the way you approach work, relationships, challenges, and growth. It becomes less about occasional bursts of strength and more about a consistent way of being. The integration of this mindset into all aspects of your life creates lasting change, not only in how you handle adversity, but also in how you embrace opportunity and success. The foundation of living a life of mental strength is the consistency of your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. The way you show up for yourself in small, everyday moments defines the way you'll respond to bigger challenges. It's about cultivating a sense of inner peace, where you are no longer swayed by external circumstances, but remain rooted in your own strength. You become the type of person who maintains composure in a crisis, who adapts quickly to change, and who faces each new experience with an open mind and a steady heart. Living with mental strength means consistently choosing to engage in practices that promote growth. Every day is an opportunity to reinforce the principles of resilience, focus, and emotional balance. Whether it's dedicating time to physical health, nurturing meaningful relationships, or continuing your own personal development, mental strength thrives on ongoing effort. This consistency creates a snowball effect in which every positive choice builds upon the last, creating a life that reflects mental fortitude in action. At the same time, mental strength requires a deep connection to your purpose and values. When you know what matters most to you, when you are aligned with your deeper motivations, it becomes easier to make decisions that honor those values. Purpose gives you the clarity to move forward with confidence, knowing that you are building something meaningful. In the face of obstacles, your connection to your purpose keeps you grounded and focused, even when external circumstances are trying to pull you off course. It is this strong sense of direction that makes mental strength not just a response to adversity, but a guiding force in all areas of life. The integration of mental strength also involves embracing discipline and accountability. A life rooted in mental fortitude requires structure and commitment to your goals. This means not only having the drive to push through challenges, but also the ability to maintain focus and follow through, even when distractions arise. It's about being accountable not just to others, but to yourself. Holding yourself to high standards and following through on your commitments is what enables you to build and maintain lasting change. The act of staying true to your word reinforces your sense of inner strength, allowing you to trust yourself more deeply. Living with mental strength also means being adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and your ability to pivot and adjust is a sign of resilience. When you approach life with an open mind and the willingness to adapt, you strengthen your mental fortitude by learning to embrace change rather than fear it. You begin to see change as an opportunity for growth, which transforms even the most challenging circumstances into valuable learning experiences. Lastly, mental strength involves embracing gratitude and contentment. Living a life of mental fortitude is not about constant striving or chasing after success at all costs. It's about being able to find joy in the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude allows you to stay grounded and focused on what truly matters, while contentment with your progress enables you to continue moving forward with energy and enthusiasm. When you live with gratitude and acceptance, you maintain an unwavering sense of strength, even during difficult times. By integrating the principles of mental strength into all areas of your life, you create a powerful foundation that allows you to face anything with confidence and clarity. It becomes a way of life, not a temporary state, and it sustains you through every challenge, every opportunity, and every moment of growth. As you live each day with mental strength, you continue to evolve, becoming the person you were always capable of being, resilient, focused, and unshakable. Conclusion. The journey toward building mental fortitude is one that unfolds over time, with each step strengthening your resolve, deepening your understanding, and expanding your capacity to thrive in the face of life's challenges. Through the practices and principles outlined in this book, you've begun to understand that mental strength isn't an innate quality reserved for a select few, but a skill that can be cultivated by anyone at any stage of life. It is not about avoiding hardship or living in a constant state of perfection. It is about how you respond when faced with difficulty, how you rise after falling, and how you maintain clarity and resilience throughout it all. As you continue to apply these principles, remember that mental fortitude is built by the choices you make every single day. It is strengthened through the act of pushing past fear, embracing challenges, and refusing to be defined by setbacks. It is nurtured through the daily practices of gratitude, self-reflection, and disciplined action. Each moment, no matter how small, is an opportunity to fortify your mindset and align your thoughts with your highest aspirations. The true measure of mental strength lies not in perfection, but in perseverance. It is the ability to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you stumble or falter. It's the courage to face adversity with unwavering confidence and the ability to turn obstacles into stepping stones for growth. Your mental fortitude is not something you reach and then forget. It is a lifelong journey, one that will evolve and deepen as you grow. By committing to a life of mental strength, you unlock a profound sense of self-mastery, clarity, and purpose. You become not only the architect of your own resilience, but a beacon of strength for others to follow. Life's challenges will no longer hold the same power over you. Instead, they will become opportunities to demonstrate your unshakable resolve and to transform every experience into a catalyst for greater personal growth. As you walk this path, keep in mind that the mind, like the body, requires constant care, attention, and effort. But the rewards, clarity, confidence, and the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength are immeasurable. The mental fortitude you build today will serve you for a lifetime, enabling you to face whatever comes your way with an unyielding belief in your ability to overcome. Embrace this journey, for it is not just about developing a resilient mindset, it is about living a life that reflects the strength of your mind and the power of your unwavering resolve.